Guys, welcome to my another video tutorial, and in this video I'm going to be creating this kind of leaf effect from Frozen 2. And you should have a leaf object for this tutorial, so if you don't know how to make one, maybe you should check out my previous tutorial so you can make the exact same one as I have. So this is not a simulated effect, so it's pretty quick. And let's dive right into it. First of all, I'm gonna make a new scene and create a plane. Maybe scale it down a little bit. And that's gonna be the leaf. Next, we need a curve. And I'm gonna use this tool to create a curve. And you can just draw a curve, and that's gonna be the trail for the animation. Maybe you can make it more interesting by applying a curl. That will work. And now I'm gonna select the leaf geometry and go to FX. Create a new mesh network. Now you have it. And if you go to the outliner and select the mesh network, you will see distribute node, and you can increase number of points, probably about 20. And now go back to the original mesh node, and I'm gonna create a new curve node. Now we can connect this curve that we just created to that curve node in mesh. Now it will look like this. But definitely we need to deal with this straight distribution. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the distance x and any other attributes here, and go to the mesh node again, and I'm going to add another node, probably signal, and we can randomize position and rotation and probably scale as well. And the signal node basically animates the distributed objects according to the noise map, I think. So it already looks similar to the effects in the movie. Now you just have to make it more natural. Probably let's lower the scale of randomness. Let's turn on two-sided lighting to see both faces in any direction. And yeah, so we can go back to the curve node, and you can increase animation speed, so we'll go a bit faster like that. And there are many attributes you can change. For example, velocity random. Let's add a little bit. And there's also velocity noise, and you can increase the scale. but the animation speed is the most important one in this effect. So yeah, you can just get a proper speed. There we go. Already halfway done. And now you can apply a new material. And I already have textures for those leaves. So I'm gonna apply this color texture. And if you turn on the shaded view, you're gonna see that. So the reason I applied this material is to see the rotation of the geometry. So let's go back to signal node and let's deal with the rotation of this object. Apparently this can't randomize the rotation of the geometry. It's quite limited, so let's apply another random node and I can randomize rotation a bit more intensely, like that. Okay. And now I'm gonna make the background transparent. So I'm gonna disable opaque and go to the material node and go to geometry, and there you can see opacity, and I'm gonna apply a texture map for this one as well. There we go. And if you want to see the effect in the viewport, you can go to render and go to viewport settings, and you can change transparency algorithm to alpha cut. There we go. Finally, I'm gonna randomize the color. And actually this is not gonna be visible in the viewport, but in the final render you're gonna see the effect. So let's create a light to see the object in the render view. I'm gonna go with this directional light and let's do a quick test render. There we go. And now I'm gonna bring the graph network of that material that we just created, and we have the color map here. And let's press tab and search for AI color jitter and create a node and another node core called layered texture. And we can bring both textures to the layer texture node, and I'm gonna bring this one into the actual base color. Now I can select the layer texture and delete this default texture that was given. We don't really need that. And change the blend mode to multiply. And remember, you should bring AI color jitter node in front of the file node so it blends to that texture. So now let's change the input color to something like orange, and I'm gonna change the type to face as well, and maybe you can randomize saturation in this case. So I'm gonna do that, And let's do another test render. You can see the change as you go. Yeah, you should also change the face mode to uniform ID. With face ID, it kind of triangulates the faces, so for a proper effect, let's change it to uniform ID. And oh, there we go, almost there. Now, if you're done with your effect, now you can go to your render settings and maybe you can apply a motion blur so it will look more like it's moving. You can decrease or increase length like that. And for a smoother motion blur, you can increase keys, but will take more time to render. And basically that's it. So thanks for watching this tutorial, and please like and subscribe if you like this tutorial.